Hip hop is real. No bars.
What up, boss? No balls.
We spoke to you yesterday. Come on, man. He outside. No more blue couch for right now.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be on the blue couch when it gets cold. Believe
Definitely.
that. I will not be out here.
Definitely.
But you're looking good. This ain't no Payless boot. This ain't no Toyota boot.
This the big boy. This the big boy Bionic boot.
Yeah, looking like the Maybach boots.
The RoboCop joint.
Okay, I got you.
Torn Achilles, you know what I'm saying? Went out just like Kobe, but I'm gonna be right back on my feet dropping 60.
But they saying, but they saying you they still saying you got crossed up. That's how the injury happened, like originally.
Nah, it really happened because I was kicking niggas' ass. And man, I tore my Achilles, put my foot in these niggas' ass. Yeah, man.
I got you, man. No, I know you saw it.
Night of main events, very cinematic. You know, look like a movie in there. You know, lights, camera, action type shit. And that's the type of shit that separates URL from other leagues. And I'm not talking about like the big boy leagues that really still do this shit. I'm talking about these league owners, so-called league owners that be wanting to get a bunch of big names, slapping them on a card, and this shit don't really be about nothing. You know, you gotta have the visuals. The crowd looked amazing. It was dope, man. I just love to see how far this culture has came.
Yeah. Speaking of, like you said, the camera work and all that.
Beautiful.
You hit me up, so I almost got ran over by the camera, man.
Listen.
You see what I gotta do for work,
yo,
bro?
I was worried, yo. I don't know what type of insurance you got, but it looked like Danny was about to fucking.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Like he was about to run you the fuck over. I'm watching this shit. I'm like, look at no balls. Nigga looked a little nervous in the face. Nigga was backpedaling.
Yeah.
I said, okay, you know, you know.
I'm glad you mentioned insurance. I got so much knowledge about that. You know, anything could have happened.
Anything could have happened, man. Work-related injury, man.
100%.
You know.
We can start with that battle. Matter of fact, Danny, you know, right before he did the rebuttal, I got the footage. I said, yo, he's about to rebuttal something crazy. And even when, None said to Morgan Freeman and chopped and screwed, you know, Danny's gonna take you.
Yo, electrifying.
That's exactly what it is.
And like a cat don't really understand what it takes to even be present in that moment, that big of a moment, and be able to think to do that shit.
And still remember your shit.
And still remember the rest of your rounds. Electrifying. Crazy. That was crazy. I mean, Danny is dangerous, bro. Like, that nigga could just kick your ass so many different ways, man. Like, that shit is like, yo, he different, yo. He an alien, for real.
Now, do you think, cause I asked Rex, Head Ice and everything, like, do you think he, obviously we always ask us, does he deserve the names, you know, he's supposed to be getting and things like that.
Of course.
And I mentioned Lux with Rex, and, you know, Rex made a good point. He's like, you know, Lux wouldn't want to battle Danny if he knows that Danny's gonna battle, you know, some random dude after him, like right after. So
I get that.
Okay.
You know, that's part of the business of battle rap and the science of timing your career and stuff like that. But at some point, though, the credit has to be given for you to be able to perform at that level, and then still when you kind of take a step down in competition, still giving it your all, you know. But I do get it. I get it. I mean, and you talk about, because Lux is gonna make a movie every time out. So if it's like, if you battling a nigga who just was battling a little kid, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of it looks a little weird. Damn. But yeah, I mean, I do get it, but I mean, it could go either way. You could say, yo, he kicking so much ass, so much that he not taking no balls off, even when he battling on a smaller league. 100%. Like, fuck it. It's not like you battling him on a smaller league. You're gonna battle him. It's gonna be on a big stage, and it's gonna be a movie. So fuck it, give it a go. You know what I mean?
JC Swamp 100K.
So I lost my mother and ain't took a loss yet.
It's too hard. Everybody said it after you felt it.
That was hard.
Hard.
And me, like I said, I'm looking at not just the bars, but everything else that's there. You know how hard it gotta be to lose your moms, bro? A motherfucker really just, I seen motherfuckers take years off of their life after they lose a parent. You know what I mean? You know, leave an absence. No matter what age you are. Yeah, no matter what age, leave a job, all of that shit. So to still be performing at that high level, that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, Yeah, he do be battling, you know, on them little janky leagues. But yo, come on, man. This man just lost his mom. He's still performing at a high level, man. Give him a shot, yo.
Yep.
Whoever else, it shouldn't be nobody. The fact that he didn't even have to do that tournament. He didn't even have to do that tournament because he could command that type of bread over the course of time. You know what I mean? So it's nice to get it all at once, but I mean, there's gaps in resume and skill set of a lot of people that was in that tournament compared to JC.
Yeah.
So just the fact that he's even still coming outside and doing something like that, come on, man. He could get whoever he want at this point. And take nothing away from Swamp.
No, not at all.
His
not at all.
stock
100%
is out of here after
100%.
that tournament.
He didn't lose in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't lose. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why people gotta really understand the business of battle rap. Snake Eyes and Nun battled on Midnight Madness. Alright. Nun lost that battle. But look at his stock. His stock just steadily went up since then. So people be so fixated on the wins and loss column in battle rap. It's so much more to the business than just that. Yeah, Swamp ain't win 100K, but I bet you over the next 12 months, what he did in that tournament, he could get enough. It's gonna take a few battles, but he could get that 100K either way. So you know, it's still a win. Shit's still a win.
Still 100%. You know? And like I said, most people who didn't win the tournament, they, like I said, as long as you're consistent, you show up.
Come on, shit happens.
Yep.
He a whole nother. I mean, his pen probably been there, but I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't never watch a Sheet Happens battle until that. Now his pen
made you a fan.
It made me a fan. And I bet you, you gonna start seeing him on these cards. You gonna start seeing him against some names because of what he did in that. And I don't even think motherfuckers had him going past the first round. Or no, they thought he got robbed the first round.
He got robbed, but none. Yeah.
And then he just came back.
Yeah.
Wilding.
Yeah.
And like I said, made me a believer because the first time I watched him, I did think he got robbed, and I was like, I ain't really. He almost looked like he glitching when he performed. So I was like, that shit look weird. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I said, I don't know if I like that. But then when I seen it again, I said, yeah, because I would rather see that.
And he kind of went back and reconstructed some things to make,
And I would rather see that originality
than him forcing it,
trying to sound like somebody else.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that wholeheartedly. Next one we got for you. Hollow. The Don versus Geechee Gotti.
Vintage Hollow.
Vintage
Hollow. You know what I mean? Well, what my boy said, I should charge you apostrophe. Like that was Vintage Hollow, man. You know. Bro, Hollow is you'll never know what he gonna say or do.
Yeah, it's too witty.
It's too outside the box. You know, he not know somebody who you could just sit there and telegraph his punch. That shit was Vintage Hollow. I love to see it. I love the angles that he took. Geechee third was incredible though. I was, as me watching it, the crazy part is as I was watching it, I was saying, you know what, Geechee taking a lot of battles. You know what I'm saying? He because his first 2 rounds wasn't as potent as the material I'm used to seeing him do.
Now, do you think he was trying something new? Like when I talked to Rex, that's what he said. He said he was trying something new, realized, you know, obviously fans wasn't really messing with that. Because even in the third, he kept saying, like, oh, this is what y'all want to hear, this is what they like. So he knows that, like he knows.
I don't know if it was necessarily that. I don't know what it is. We'll never know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? All I know is, I do know sometimes niggas do write just for the third, because you could win the third and make it, you could lose the first 2 and win the third and make it look like you still won because you won that last round. But either way, I liked his third better than I liked anything else. But Hollow material was just like through the whole shit. You know what I mean? I mean, he what he say? You out here robbing pharmacies, you ain't called me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so I like the direction that he took, man.
See, I saw him at the mansion. He said, "When's your next battle, Madison Square?" He said, "No,
I'm battling here." You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like that. That was, yeah. I like that approach. I like what Hollow did, man. I liked it.
Wow, man, that was funny. K-Shine versus Real Sick.
First of all, I don't like how funny and fickle y'all fans is Like Sean wasn't putting pain in, almost undefeated for 2-3 years at a time. Then when y'all have a slight difference of opinions in how his last few is doing, y'all just write him off. Battle rap shit is so much, what have you done for me lately? And then he got up there and really reminded y'all what it is that he do. Electrifying. One thing about that stage was I'm watching that stage, I'm like, yo, this is a big ass stage.
What? Huge.
That shit looked like a fucking track meet.
And you know, it's funny too, I was there with Sean practicing before with nobody in the venue. I was like, yo, Sean's about to use every inch of the stage.
He used every inch of that motherfucker. Like, I'm looking at Hollow, like when you battle, especially when you come for battling on television, you got a mark that you can't go out of.
Yeah.
So I'm watching Hollow, and he's staying tight. Close up on his opponent. Sean used that whole fucking stage. Like, God bless the cameraman that had to keep that, you know what I mean, keep up with him. Like, he used that whole fucking stage. I don't know, like I said, if y'all listening to my opinions on these battles, it's not just typical, oh, the bars. Like, I'm watching every little aspect of the battle. He used that whole stage as his stage, you know what I mean? And it was electrifying, real sick. It was kind of fucked up that he had to deal with the mic issues.
And I still thought he was rapping too.
He was still rapping his ass off, and it was beautiful to see, you know, Sean give him them words of encouragement after. Dope. I'm always going for what the vets do, because, you know, that's my age bracket. That's, you know, the cats that when this shit started, when I came in, this is what they was doing. So to see that, you do see a young dude that been kicking ass sometimes get up there and do his numbers on a vet, but when you see that gap in experience, it was visible that day. And Real Sick is one of my favorite new guys. I told him that when I saw him at the compliment joints that Rome be throwing, the Barstool shit. He just pulled up, and I told him, I said, yo, you one of my favorite dudes. I mean, he be wearing Timbs all year round. I don't know about that. They gotta get, and with the turban, I imagine he hot, you know what I mean? Man. But one of my favorite dudes. We gonna get that nigga some Air Forces, and he gonna get up there and start moving a little more nimbly.
Man, what's the name? T-Top versus Tay-Rock.
Tay-Rock is just electrifying.
Now, hold on. Now, what you mentioned about Hollow, like, you know, he
kept it tight.
Kept it tight.
Yeah, he kept it tight.
I forgot who I was talking to, and they mentioned that about Rock. He was just on him. On him the whole, like, you know what I mean? Like,
he was on him. And I mean, Tay-Rock got that. And in that, what I like to see is that he said, all right, so now that I done all these battles, let me get a home game. Say y'all done had 40-something battles, ain't had a home game.
Which is deserving.
More deserve that. Yeah. Beautiful. And they gonna bring it to Maryland. You know, that's home away from home for me. I went to high school out there, so I can't wait to see what he's gearing up to do for that section of battle rap, because there's a lot of talent in that area that, you know, deserve the looks. So yeah, electrifying. Tay-Rock, electrifying, fan favorite. Just, you know, they showed something though. I don't know, I saw a screen grab of it somewhere. I don't know if somebody had interviewed him and he was showing his rounds. Like, he was showing how he had his rounds in his phone. And if you look close, he had some rounds for Swamp in the phone. So
yeah, but that's what I think everybody should do. Listen,
what?
Once somebody says my name, I'm putting at least one round. I gotta be ready for all y'all.
But that's what I'm saying. That much dedication to your craft.
Yep.
Because I don't know if he got a deposit or not.
Yeah.
But he's already preparing for it, because he knows it's gonna have to happen, you know. And he don't sit out. And how Tay-Rock is not somebody that you see on other leagues.
Nope.
You're not gonna see him on other leagues. So for him to consistently be doing that on that, knowing that level of competition is gonna be on that big stage, and him constantly being prepared for it, I think that's probably the difference. I think he's just more prepared than any other battler out there. You know, they talking about the Charlie Clips Tay-Rock trilogy.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Bring that to Baltimore. I want to see that. I want to see that in Baltimore.
Yeah, especially the way Clips been rapping now.
Yeah, well too, so yeah. Bring that back to Baltimore.